happy weekend. Welcome to my video. This is Emily at the Coloring Oasis. I'm going to show you everything I colored for the month of August. I usually don't do it until about the first, well, I wait about a week into the next month because everyone else is showing their stuff and I don't want to overwhelm you with things to look at. So plus it takes me an extra week to do the finishing details. So anyway, if you haven't seen my ultimate Ohuhu marker education video I released Friday night, check that out. I'll link it below, and that's all about how to get all the different colors, the different lines, the Maui, the Honolulu, the Oahu, the Molokai, the Kalala, how to get all the colors, what each one is good for, and yada yada, and I show you all my markers. Also, if you're new, please feel free to subscribe and join our Facebook group, the Coloring Oasis Adult Coloring Community. You can find that linked below. Okay, well, let's get started. Now, I just had surgery again this a week ago. So, actually, it's less than a week ago. So I didn't put quite as much effort into my stuff. I just stuck to a lot more basics. I was eager, even though I'm finishing my summer stuff, to get started on my fall and autumn stuff. So I did do a picture in here, a real simple one. Really like that Gothic color palette. This is Spellbinding Images by Nicki Burnette. And it's got a nice glossy paper, so it takes alcohol markers really well. A couple years ago, I did some others in here as well. These are going to be older, so they're not going to be as good, but these really cheap markers, you can tell how it would bleed right there. Still got my voice back from that intubation tube. So, okay, I've been really into the 80s hair pictures. They're so much fun. It's an Etsy book you can buy and print. So, I've been having a blast with this 80s hair, practicing different skin tones, using different mediums, and she has like 4 different shades of yellow and brown in her hair, and I did metallic glitter pens for the accents on her shirt and her earrings, and I even put some on her eyes as well and her lips. Yeah, but I just think sometimes it's just fun to do hair, so I did that one, and I did this one. Her hair turned out a little more yellow than I wanted, although I did put a good amount of yellow in her skin tone, so I was trying intentionally to make her hair be more yellow, not so much like the Platinum Barbie, but more like a yellow blonde that you might see with the big old ponytail in the 80s. And again, I used silver on her earrings, a silver marker on her earrings, and a gold one in the center. So this is a real fun book. I think I'll do a couple more this month. I feel like I've done another one last month. Did I show it to you guys? I can't remember. All right, well, I've been into doing vintage Barbie pictures. I did do another Barbie printable. The one I did last month was the Barbie fan club. It had the big pink Barbie car, the Ken, the cowboy Barbie and cowgirl Barbie, whatever, with all the different dresses, the golden dreams and everything. You might have seen that, but this is Barbie Malibu. So I did the kind of vintage pool with the checkered tiles on the side. I made a lot of my ink when I was doing my sunset. I always forget, especially when I'm out of it, don't ever shake your markers or open them over your page, because you always get these little splatters that splattered all over. So a little lesson. I tried to make the hotel that kind of pale, kind of 50s, 60s green you might see like in California, or maybe even in Miami or something like that. This was a free one I found online. If anyone's interested, I'm going to try to link below all the books I show you today and all of the pictures as well. So this one was a lot of fun. This is one I did by a color palette. This was the Jade Summers, I believe it's Jade Summers Nightmares, and I wanted to go with this color palette. So we had a navy blue, a medium blue, a little lighter blue, and then a little bit of a greenish, sage, and gray. And then the same colors, a little darker or lighter within those tones I picked. So for example, this is a little more sage than this is, but it's 2 tones darker. But I also have the lighter one in there in some areas. And the Jade Summer books, the Nightmares and the Vampires grayscale books are no longer available. You can only get them as printables, which is what I did. I'm really bummed, but then I can print on my really good paper, which was fun. And so it's a little darker than like what I would normally do, but I was really eager. Look at this little guy, isn't he cute? I was really eager to start getting in on my Halloween pictures, my fall and autumn pictures. I was so over summer when I started this last batch. All right, so I did do one, as I do every month. I'm working on completing this book, Varian Fantasy 4 by Christine Caron. This month I did this one. I've been doing these entirely in my Copic Chow markers, and I've been keeping the backgrounds minimal, not much shading, a lot of the white. I don't normally do that, but I want the pages to really stand out and center on the character, since they're such character-centric type pictures. I did do a tutorial off this video on how to do translucent sleeves over skin. I did record this part on camera. I don't think I released it yet. So you can see her nightgown has that see-through arm, so I will go ahead and release that video if anyone wants to know how to do that. I did do a little short you might have seen on it, but not the whole thing. I do think last month I did, might have been this one, or that was the month before. Let's see. Did this one last year. This is the one I did last month. See, I kept it mostly white with just a hint of color. You see how I put like the sparkles on the mushrooms and stuff. Anything else? And I did this for Mer Month. Did this one. And see what happens when you don't put your divider page. You can easily get ink back and forth on one another. But yeah, so I'm really enjoying this book. I'm doing 1 page a month, sometimes 2. Trying to complete that book, as well as this one by Deborah Muller, Very Fantasy and Fairy Cuties. Now I am going to be doing a different Deborah Muller and a different Christine Caron book in my new Patreon that I've been working on building with color alongs and tutorials in both marker and different kinds of pencil, where you can go in and find, you can find a library of anything you want to color and color along, and I'll teach you new skills. But I do have a different book by each of these artists I'll be doing in that Patreon. This is the one I did last month. And this month, I think I did 2 this month, right? Yeah, is this month? Little dragon, and then I did the polka dot. It's the girl, yeah. So again, I did this the day before my surgery. I didn't have time to do background, so I just did polka dots with like brush tip markers and using the colors that are in the picture and just dotted everywhere, just to kind of get that something on the background, something real simple. Yeah, I did do that one too. This one I did like maybe a year or two ago. It's not very good. This one I did back in April. That was last month, and this one was probably in May. So yeah, I'm making progress on this book. It's coming along, I think. My asthma's really kicking up ever since I had that breathing tube. Here's one I'm completely unhappy with. This was my Patreon Hannah Lynn camping one, and I did this the night I came back from my surgery, and it was like 2 in the morning. I came back at like 1 in the afternoon, but I slept for several hours, and then I went in and did this in the middle of the night because I couldn't sleep, and I didn't have all my lights on. These colors did not look nearly as dark when I was coloring it to the TV light, but the bear was darker than I thought. Her skin tone was way darker than I thought than it looked. And it wasn't until I saw it the next day in the light, I was like, oh my gosh. So it's all so dark. I feel like I can't even see it that well. And I was completely out of it when I did this picture. I liked my fire and the marshmallow. But yeah, I messed up her skin a lot. I even did auburn in her hair, the same that's in the shirt. I kind of feel like this is an epic fail, this one right here. Some of you might have seen I released 2 tutorials on my channel this month in Fairy Tale Fantasia by Julia Speary. So I'm doing pictures in the same picture in Prisma as I'm doing in Ohuhu for anyone who wants to do marker over pencil. So I did this version in the Ohuhu markers, and there's a step-by-step color along, including every color I used with Ohuhus in this book. And then I did the exact same thing with Prismacolors. Step-by-step tutorial, which colors to use in Prismacolors. And you can see, you know, it's more vibrant when you use markers. Pencils, you get a softer, more pastel look. But I intend to keep doing that in this video. I think next I'm going to do the one with the car. This one I was going to try to do this month. Then I'll do one in marker again and one in pencil. And these I'm releasing for free on my channel for anyone who would like to grow your skills and work on that book. All right, I made progress in my Mythographic Paradise. One of my bucket list goals was to do 1 page a month. It's only been 2 months. Last month, you might have seen I did the windmills. And this month I did this one. All of this is done in Ohuhu markers. With a little white pencil put into the water. Maybe some alcohol marker blender. Unfortunately, this is one of those books where you have the hidden pictures. I hate that. Like, I try to disguise the shorts here, the same color as the background. Some stuff you can cover up. There's a baker's hat up here on the roof. It's really tricky, but it's definitely possible. This one, yeah, there's stuff you can't see as well. I hit it pretty well. I used all Ohuhus in this one as well. Yeah, so keep an eye. I'll be doing another one of these for this month as well. You might have seen this one, My Country Summer by Jade Summer. I only released a short. I don't think I released the whole video. I did a full tutorial on how to color a birdhouse or wood with waxy pencils. In this case, Sioux color pencils I use, which are one of my favorites. The Sioux color pencils, you can get 180 set. They're like $39, and Amazon often has a $10 coupon. So like 29 to 39 bucks. And they have 30 more colors than Prismacolors. They blend just as well. They're waxy, they're shiny. This whole thing was done with Sioux color pencils, except the white trim on the house was a Posca pen. And I guess I didn't release that video, how to color a birdhouse. There's 4 or 5 browns in here. But I will go ahead and release that in the next few days. And this, I did put some white Posca polka dots on the flowers as well. But yeah, this is a really nice book. I'm going to start working on the Country Fall one next. Country Summer by Jade Summer. I think the Country Fall one was by Joshua Dunbar, the one that I have. Okay, I did something really different. This is a book I got on Etsy. Tales of Two Mountains by Archer Murrose. And I wanted to do one with a color palette, which was this. And I did the Celtic prayer one or whatever. So I think I did pretty well. Got the peach, got the dark green, the medium green, a little bit of the black in their hair and the tree. This color was hard to match. It's a little more gold than what's in here, but I put some sparkle pen in the tree veins. Not sure if you can see that. See the green? Those are some sparkle pens I put in there. So yeah, to do that one. Probably the worst pictures I've done in a long time with this month. And I did way less backgrounds than I normally do as well because of my surgery. I did this one in Coloring Adventures by Coloria. This is a new book I got from Amazon Japan. And I did the Hawaiian girl. And I decided to leave this white I was so torn. I want to do sunset colors, but she's so gorgeous. And I actually used my Faber-Castell Aqua Faber water-based markers with a water brush. So it feels bumpy, like it's watercolor. So basically it's watercolor. I thought of putting some oranges and yellows like a sunset around her. And then I thought maybe I'll do some of that green around her, and then I couldn't decide. So I just left it white. But I don't do a lot of watercolor pencil stuff, but when I do, I really enjoy it. This book has a little bit of everything. All kinds of different stuff. I'm not sure if you've seen this book before. Okay, as always, I made progress in my Deborah Muller Summer Girls book and Hot Witch. These all came out this summer. This is her Hot Witch Summer. The one I did this month is this one. So I use Winsor Newton white ink and gray marker for the clouds. Stickles and marker on starfish, the shellfish, liquid pearls on the handbag. I did liquid pearls up here on her big chunky bead necklace. You see it looks textured. I put sparkles on the water, some white gel pen on there. That's how I got that glimmery water effect, if you can see that. Last month in this book, I did the All Pink Witch. I'm not sure if you guys saw that one. I wanted to challenge myself to do something entirely in pink markers. So I did this one in entirely all different shades of pink, except I added that pop of yellow. I put pink and purple in her skin tone. So that was from Hot Witch. And then, of course, I'm making progress. I've done a ton of pictures this summer in her Girls of Summer book. These are the artist edition Deborah Muller books. And I think I did two. I think I did the dolphins, dolphin surfing. Pretty simple, this one. I did give her stickles for her lips, her eyes on the turtle, liquid pearl dots on her bathing suit, Winsor Newton ink on the clouds and in the water. Really basic kind of retro look and color palette to it. Not much effort. This one I did last month. You might have seen. This one I did last month. This one I did this month. I think. Yes, right? The Christmas, oh no, Christmas in July. I think I finished it in August. I started it in July. This one, this is that one I did this month. Yeah, did this one this month. And I just realized I didn't finish fixing the ball. I got white pencil on there. I have to fix and go over. Anyway, yeah, so I did that kind of glimmery celestial sky using white gel pen and silver stickles. Just at the beach at night. Her lips too. And I think that was it in the Girls of Summer. I'm done with her summer books now. You might have seen I did this one last month, the rowboat one. But I'm moving on now to her artist edition autumn and fall ones. So next, that brings me, been doing a page a month in Rose and Her Friends too. In this adorable, stinking cute little animal book that came from Etsy. It's an overseas book. I have stickles on my fingers. I think I did those this morning on the dolphin. They weren't dry yet. So this month I did the koalas. I used all Suit Color pencils. Last month I did this very plain, simple one. It's a really cute book, so I'm just doing one a month in this book. Really easy, really sweet. Pencils blend really nicely in this book. You can't go wrong. So this was a whip. I'm almost done. I didn't get the background on time for the video, but I do want to do her background. Did this one. It's white at the moment. I'm going to do some browns and pinks, I think, in her background. She's really pretty. I love the pirate ship. This whole palette has 4 colors. I mean, 2 colors, brown and pink, but different shades of brown and pink. So the fan color is also one of the colors in her hair, is also in the boat. Obviously, colors on her dress is also in the sails and in the pearls, on and on. I still have to do her makeup and the background. But this is another book. I've been doing 1 picture a month. What did I do last month? That was the month before. Did this one last month. Yeah. So that's a whip I have to finish. I did a page in, this also came from Amazon Japan, along with this is another Coloria book. Some of you may or may not have seen it. This is the Wonderful Little World Volume 2. There's also Wonderful Little World Volume 1, and then the mini vignettes one. I did the Mice at the Beach. That's the one I did. I did this a few days before I had my surgery. So it's entirely done with Ohuhu markers, Winsor Newton white ink, white Prismacolor pencil, and that's it. So yeah, I did the sunset. You see the reds, oranges going up to the yellow. The clouds, I did a gray marker, and then I do the white ink over it, so you can kind of see through. Put some of that white ink here in the water as well. Turned out all right. It wasn't spectacular. I started out using some crummy pencils that I don't normally use, and I didn't like the effect, so I switched over to my pens. But yeah, it was fun. It was a fun end of summer kind of a book. I've got 3 left. These are also bucket list books you've probably seen every month I'm working on. Victorian Grace by Lenka Filonenka. Been doing 1 every month in here for a long time. Did this one by a color palette, which is this. So I think I nailed it pretty well. Love the coral tones in her dress. I thought that was really, or kind of peachy coral tones in her dress. I thought that was pretty neat. So what did I do? And that marble background. That's a kind of a difficult effect to achieve, but I've kind of mastered it over the years. What else have I done? I've done this one. I've done this one. Did this one. Did this one. Did this one. Getting closer. Did this one. Did this one. I love my horsey one. Done this one. This one. Wow, I've done more than I thought. I might be getting this book done in the next couple of months. Yay! Also, Lenka Filonenka, I've been working on her Dream Dancers adult coloring book, and I did the Tango girl in here, which is this one. Beautiful. I'm so happy with this picture. This was done with my Artfinity alcohol markers, Copic markers for the skin, and just some white pencil and an alcohol marker blender for the effects, and a little Posca pen for the dots. But I thought it was gorgeous. What else have I done in here? Did the Flapper Girl a few months before. Did this one maybe 2 years ago. I need to fix this background. That's a bad background. I was trying to go for like a Picasso effect. I don't even know. Maybe I meant to. Maybe I meant to finish it. I haven't finished my 80s one. I finished this Hawaiian girl a couple months ago. Did my 20s dancers a couple months ago. What else? Did get my hip hop girl. Yeah, so this is a fun book. I love her shoes in this one. Look at her shoes. Any more? So yeah, there was one more I didn't finish. So yeah, these are 2 books I've been really working hard to complete. I might be able to by the end of the year. I also started working in Spooklets Volume 1. This is by Carla Magana. And I have a ton of her books, and I made a whole video showing all of the different of her stuff that I have. And I think I have, did I do? Oh, I don't have that here. I was going to show you something. Yeah. So anyway, I just kind of went in order. These are real quick colors. I just started using my hoo-hoos and putting some color into the intro pages. The real simple, kind of quirky, weird little pictures. Obviously they bleed through, so I'm using markers, but I have like 15 of her books, and so my plan was to do a couple of these each month. Nothing special. I didn't do very much effort into that at all. I also have here, I left some in the other room. I was doing some finishing sprays. I've been doing a couple pages each month in my kawaii manga sparkle. In this book I decided, since it already has the pink shading, to leave everything white and only put in my Ohuhu pastels in the whole book. So I've done quite a few. This one is a whip. I haven't quite finished yet. I did this one, did this one, this one, and that's it. I need to finish that one, Fish Tank. I did do one in Country Charm, getting in the mood for fall, which is the little greenhouse potting shed I did. I did this entirely with my Castle Arts Gold. They're amazing pencils. I absolutely adore them. And I did a little touch of a artist pen in there. I didn't finish yet. These are ones that are whips. I still have birds to do. I have finishing touches in here. I have to put in my white pencil. There's another one. The one I started last year. I never finished. And lastly, I have Bridgerton. It's not entirely lost. There are 3 full pictures, 3 2-hour videos, so about 6 hours each of 100% color along from beginning to end tutorials on the first 3 pictures. I'm on the 4th one now that I'm going to be putting up on my Patreon, that I'm saving as a surprise to show you guys when it's time to open up my Patreon for people to enroll. And those are the pictures I spent the most time on and recorded all of it from my bucket list. But I did start a tutorial in here, a whip. This is as far as I got. And that, these, I did how to do this tree, the tree in the bushes in my Winsor Newton pencils. And you only get like 50 of them, but they're amazing. They're so silky. They're such nice pencils. I really love them. I can't really, this is one I'll just release on my regular channel, but I can't really expect people to buy them because there's so many other pencil brands out there. I was thinking of adding Bridgerton to my Patreon, or Queen Charlotte, for books people might want tutorials and color alongs from. If you have a preference between the two, let me know in the comments section. Because this book is just gorgeous once it's colored. And alright, I feel bad, so I have to go lay down now, but I've basically shown you everything I did in August, including what's not completed. I also finished designing. I have 2 coloring books of my own I've been working on for months, that I'll be releasing for Halloween. One is a horror book, one is a dolls book. These are my own coloring books that'll be published by Coloring Oasis, that I have been in the works probably since March or April, using, you know, Photoshop and Illustrator, all kinds of different softwares, and it's just, I'm really excited to release those. I'm going to be coloring in them in my group and in my Patreon as well, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and tell me what you liked.